Week 3 of the COVID-19 update.
Here's another Get More video with the VO hustler himself, Rob Moreira. Get more with Rob Moreira.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rob Moreira here with another Get More Moreira video. That's right, your man's is back. I know typically I drop these videos on Tuesdays, but I didn't this week because, I didn't feel like it. But we're here with another COVID-19 update. This is week numero 3. Well, that would be 6, so 3. Week number 3. And gotta tell you, man, COVID-19 stuff ain't really changing. It's not really changing. Things are actually looking a little bit worse than they are getting better. They're definitely worse. Probably getting worse, but it is what it is. You gotta keep your head up, keep doing what you're doing, and keep yourself sanitized and safe. But with that being said, our business is actually changing quite drastically. A lot of things are going completely virtual now. A lot of the studios that I work with are working with their own phone patches. They're working through Skype, through Zoom. I do a lot of Zoom sessions during the week. And the one thing at the moment that's currently being asked of actors, there are a lot of agents that are scouring talent to see who has broadcast quality booths in their homes and who has one of the big trifecta, which is ISDN, IPDTL, and Source Connect. So now more than ever, having one of those three things, you don't have to have all three, but having at least one of those three things, because you could have more than one, is pretty big right now. It's a pretty big deal, because right now that's how agents are casting, and almost all the castings that I'm starting to see now are saying must have in capital letters, must have broadcast quality audio and Source Connect, ISDN, or IPDTL. So it's really big that you come correct, because truth be told, that's what people are looking for right now. So if there's ever a time to jump on that Source Connect bandwagon, it's going to be now, because let me tell you, Source Connect is hot right now. Just trying to link up with them to try and get some assistance is hard, because they're a small team and there's a lot of people that just got hooked up to Source Connect because they want to be viable, bookable talent. And truth be told, that's kind of where we're at right now. If you want to be bookable, you're gonna have to have one of those. Now that's for a rather large chunk of the business right now. Now there is another chunk of the business that doesn't necessarily need that. But there are now more production houses searching for people. So before I shift to point number 2, point number 1 that I want to highlight here is Source Connect is a big deal. IPDTL is a big deal. Having ISDN is a big deal. You don't have to have all three, but if you have at least one of those, it will make you that much more viable as a booking talent. So you're going to have to jump on that bandwagon. All right, my G's. You're just gonna have to bite that bullet. If you're gonna do Source Connect, they have a monthly sub. So I say do that. Do the monthly sub if you want to do that, so you don't have to pay it outright. Because it is a lot of money that you gotta drop. If I'm not mistaken, it's $650. That's how much it was when I got it. So it's not cheap, but the way I see it, it's an investment into my brand, and presumably I'll make that money back, hopefully within a month or two. That's kind of how I look at it. But yeah, you always want to invest with the idea that it's going to pay for itself at some point. So that's how I build my business, and it's worked out for me, 7 years now. So I say, take that with a grain of salt. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Run your business how you run it. This is how I run mine, and it's worked for me so far. But that is what that is. Shifting to point number 2. Point number two is that there are still a lot of production houses that aren't necessarily booking through casting directors. They are still looking for talent directly. So this is kind of like a 0.2 and a 2.5, because there's kind of two things to that. One, direct marketing. Direct marketing is still hot. It is still something that if you are good at, then I suggest you do that. Keep going at it. If you aren't great at direct marketing, then maybe now's the time to try and brush up your skills on direct marketing. Find somebody who you know that maybe does it, and jump on a Zoom with that person and be like, "Yo, let me throw you $30. Let me pick your brain for for an hour." The reason I say to pay the person is because, listen, our time is a luxury that we unfortunately never get back. So if you want to take another actor's time, then I think it's only appropriate that you, invest in them as well, so that they're not, spending their time on you, and it's time away from them doing their gig. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna take another actor's time, I say, just let them know that you are willing to make this a business thing. I do that because there's a lot of actors that are doing their thing, and you want to respect their time ultimately. So that wasn't the point. But if you're gonna ask an actor, respect their time and offer them something in return, even like a $10 gift card, $10 Starbucks gift card. Yo, let me shoot you a virtual gift card. Let me pick your brain for 20 minutes. Whatever. Just, make it worth their while. But regardless of that, direct marketing. So that's kind of like that's part one of two of this, of this point, is that the direct marketing is probably something that you should be checking out. And number three, that's kind of tied to the direct marketing, kind of sorta, is that you want to make sure that you're Googleable. You want to make sure that you're easy to find. Case in point, I had a production company reach out to me a couple days ago, not too long ago. I actually got to call them once I'm done with this video. But they reached out to me because they saw my name on a roster for some site. Now, which site that is, I have no idea. It could be any site. The truth be told, if you Google my name, Rob with two B's, Moreira, I made sure that's that's very obvious. But if you do Rob with two B's, Moreira, and you Google me, I'm like 6 pages worth of Google. So I'm very easy to find. Especially if you even just remember my last name, or even if you put ROBB voice actor, like, you'll find me. So I'm very, very easy to find. And that's how this person found me. They saw me through a roster. They remembered my demo a bit. They knew that they liked me. So that they did remember. They were like, oh, we know we like him. And we for the most part know his name. And then they put voice actor. So they basically put Rob, however they spell Moreira, voice actor, and they found my site. That's the first thing that usually pops up. They went into my site. So part of this point as well is that don't just be Googleable, but also have a really good site with good samples, good demos, that presumably showcases your best work ultimately. Obviously I have my demos on there, and then further down I have videos of my actual work from YouTube that I pulled in. But you want to be Googleable, you want to be easy to find, and you want to have samples that they can listen to and just be like, oh snap, you know what, that's the voice that I like. And that's exactly what this group did. They found me, they called me, and they said, hey, listen, we really like your work, love your website, have a good website. And thank you, Joe Davis. Shout out to Joe Davis for the amazing, for him and his team doing an amazing job on my website. But have a really good website and have really good samples, because when they called me, they liked my site, they liked my work, and they knew exactly which voice they wanted. Because I have my demo broken up. I don't have just a 60-second clip where they have to listen to the whole thing. I actually have each spot individually broken up, so they listen to the voice, because I don't put the name of the spot, like if it's a Petco spot, I don't put Petco spot or Petco English. I don't do that. I actually put whether it's a casual or guy next door or inspiring, whatever the case may be. That's how I break it up. I put adjectives to my spots. So they really liked my deep inspiring spot, which is my Gatorade spot. Needless to say, that's kind of my moneymaker spot. That's usually what people tend to book me on the most, is that Gatorade voice. So, and if you don't know what that is, robmoreira.vo.com. Check it out. But they liked the Gatorade voice, so he knew exactly what he wanted. He called, he said, I knew you, I found you, I Googled you, I found your website, love your website, and I want Gatorade voice. Here are the scripts, what's your rate, let's get this work. And that's how it panned out. So make yourself available, make yourself Googleable, have a good website, have good samples. So you want that. If direct marketing is your gig, I say now's the time to do it. Do it with tact, all right? Because let's not forget that right now, we are going through a pandemic, so be sensitive to that. But I will say, reach out to medical providers, medical e-learning, whatever the case may be. Those are the ones that you want to reach out to, especially if that's your bag. That's not my bag, so I haven't contacted anyone. But if you are great at medical stuff, now's the time for you to hit. So make sure you direct marketing and Source Connect, ISDN, IPDTL. It's big. And if you don't have those, at least have a Skype account, at least have a Zoom account, because there are a lot of people that are, they're willing to do a phone patch. They're willing to direct you just right off your cell phone. You know what I'm saying? So if they're willing to do that, then hey, rock and roll. But have yourself available. Try to make it as easy as possible. You want to be as easy to work with as possible, so that when they contact you, they don't have to do a lot of work. Again, that's still the main gig, main point of our job, is to make the production team's jobs easier. So now you have to do that, but now you got to do that from home. So it's a little trickier, but not impossible. So step up your game, folks. Step up your game. This is where we're at on week 3. All right, the work is out there. It's still churning. If you're in animation, or if you in podcasts, animation podcasts. I don't know about e-learning at the moment, but I'd say those two are big, and audiobooks. Yo. If you into audiobooks, now is the time, because people are at home, people are bored, and they're going to be listening to a lot of books. So if that's your thing, start churning them out. If you've never done audiobooks and you're looking to get into it, now is the time, because they're going to be pumping out so much content. It's going to be bananas. So now's the time to hit. So I wouldn't see the current situation as being incredibly dire for us, but if you know what you're doing and you know what you're good at and you market yourself appropriately, I think you can come out of this pretty well. And I think there's a lot of actors out there that are currently being laid off or furloughed from their day jobs, where now you're not going to be working virtually for whoever the man is. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have a lot of time on your hands to beef up your voice acting game. I'd say now is the time to be doing that. Got to fire on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? If there was a kick in the ass that you needed, this pandemic was it. So get your game up to snuff. Make sure you wash your hands. Stay home. Don't go anywhere. If you need to talk to somebody, FaceTime, WhatsApp, whatever. Just don't go talking to people. Don't touch nobody. Don't get near nobody. 6 feet. Preferably 100 feet. I stay home. That's what I do. I stay home. I got my girls. Got my lady. We good. If I leave, I'm buying food. That's it. That's once a week. That's once a week run. But in any event, it's a little gross out today. Up here in New York, it's a little kind of rainy, a little cloudy. But in any event, enjoy your day. Make sure you get out there. Check out my videos. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell for notifications. It should be like right down there. So make sure you click on that. Thank you so much for checking out my videos as usual. And if you haven't yet, make sure you check out the last episode of On the Stoop. I have all my videos as a playlist. So check out that last episode with my boy Marco Camarota. He's an awesome dude. Great video. Make sure you check that out. All right. So get out there. Remember what I said. Remember those points. Get that work.